Hi there and welcome to salonskincare.com. I'm Debbie Greenwood. On this website we have the most spectacular range of beauty products for you, and in this next hour we're going to take an in-depth look at Murad, which comes all the way from America and was founded many years ago by Dr. Murad. Now I've got Peter Sherlock in the studio with me, beauty expert. Welcome, Pete.
Hello Debbie, how are you?
Oh, great, thank you.
Good.
Now talk to me a little bit about this brand. I know that it's famous for being perhaps the first doctor brand.
Absolutely. So Murad has been going now for about 26 years. And what's amazing about this brand is actually his history. So he started off as a pharmacist. So obviously you've got this incredible knowledge of ingredients, which I think makes it so important for what he ended up doing. He then became a surgeon, but decided that wasn't for him and ended up veering towards dermatology. So he had loads and loads of clients that he loved and they loved him. He's one of the most loved men in the business. And what happened was really more pressure from his clients, or his friends as he would call them, to create a range of skincare. So this treatment skincare, the first doctor treatment skincare, was launched 26 years ago, very much as a salon and spa treatment product. Came into the UK only 6 or 7 years ago, and recently, I mean, you'll find it in the likes of Harrods. You might have heard of that rather posh shop.
I've walked past a few times.
We're not allowed in, are we?
No.
And really, all of the sort of leading key stores, so across the UK, you know, if you've got a big luxury department store near you, the chances are there will be a Murad space in there. They call it the Murad space, where you can go and have a consultation. They're fantastic staff. But for me, the key thing is about how much this man is loved within the industry. He's absolutely adored. So recently, at one of the big sort of dermatology conferences, they actually named an award, the Dr. Howard Murad Award. And that will be given as an ongoing thing to different people who are outstanding in the field of dermatology.
Now, he has been very hands-on, hasn't he, with the range from when he first conceived it.
Absolutely.
He's a real pioneer in glycolic, isn't he?
Yeah, he was literally the first person to use glycolic within skincare. And of course, you know, when you start, you haven't got this global brand, it's now in 49 countries and counting. He would actually do tiny biopsies on his own arm to test the strength of the glycolic to see that it would be okay to use. So this is somebody who's actually prepared to use his own body to try the products. And I think that's incredible. It shows the passion behind the brand. But what I also love is, and I'm sure people these days always do their research, is the level of love for the products. Because I read an email actually at the Murad training school just last week, and this one woman, and she said that a product had changed her life, having suffered from a particular skin type, and then to use a product and within days it was completely changed. So this is the key as well. You're not buying into just a fashion brand that's endorsed by the latest celebrity.
Although, I have to say, there are celebrities, I really find that quite exciting, who use the brand.
Well, I think we shall name drop a few during the course of the hour, so you'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah, like that. Do you know, I met Dr. Murad.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and he was very charming, very passionate. But he did this thing where he pinched the back of my hand, looked at it, saw how long the skin took to settle down, and guessed my age very accurately. So I have this bit of a thing, you know, he didn't need to be so honest.
He didn't do it live on air, did he?
No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it on air. So is it very much an LA brand based in?
It's very much a brand. For example, you know, lots of the people when you see the Oscars, I love watching the Oscars and the Golden Globes. They will have seen Dr. Murad. They will have been there for treatment. I mean, obviously we can't reveal all the names, but we shall be dropping some clangers, I'm sure. And so, but it is a brand that's truly international as well. So as I say, 49 countries and counting.
And I know it's still very much a family affair. So the whole family is involved.
Sons, nephews, daughters.
In the research and development.
Yeah.
So ongoing, so they don't rest on their laurels, which is why it's always expanding.
Not at all. In fact, in today's hour, we've got products that have been in the UK for a matter of days, not even months.
I have to tell you as well, if you want to have a little look on the website, the Blemish part of the range, which I think we've got one product of it in this next hour. My teenage daughter, who's just 18, started using the Blemish range about, I would say, a couple of months ago, and was about 3 weeks, completely turned her skin around. She was suffering from quite bad spots, and it really did help. So we've got lots to talk about.
I don't know how we're going to fit it in.
I don't know how we're going to fit it in, but lots to talk about, lots of products for you to see. So So we have an amazing salonskincare.com while stocks last offer. We're going to be talking about an amazing price for two products. It's an eye product and a facial product. Now normally the recommended retail price on this set is £89.50, but while stocks last we have a special price of £53.70 for you. So it's important that you buy this while we do have that stock for you. Now Pete, go, what have we got here?
It's amazing. Can I just say, by the way, if you were to buy these products individually in their normal size boxes, and these are full size products, it would be £126. So this price is just amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I love it. This kit is so brilliant because you've got your wonderful, wonderful serum. Now this contains glycolic and it also contains beta carotene, which is like the new vitamin A. And what this does is you put it on and you'll immediately feel this gorgeous, gorgeous tingle. And what you will find is, right, you won't believe this, but after 15 minutes, you'll see a 61% increase in firmness.
You're
after
kidding.
15 minutes. Not after 28 days, not after a couple of weeks, but after 15 minutes. And this is brilliant for everybody. So, you know, whether you're concerned about skin's appearance, dullness, fine lines and wrinkles, sagginess, this is going to give you that wonderful feeling of firmness. And, you know, it's brilliant size. You're going to get up to 6 months usage out of this one. I personally would use it at night when the skin's going to repair itself because this will stimulate cell renewal.
It smells lovely. Is there
Gorgeous.
an age on this?
No, absolutely not. I mean, at what age do you start using decent skincare? You know, the French recommend from 16. Some people say from 22. I wish I'd started earlier. Do you know what I mean? Because it's
Well, you must be nearly 25 now,
Thank
Pete.
you, Debbie. I'm actually 23. And, so it's an amazing, amazing product. So you're going to see immediate results. And then you've got the most fantastic eye cream. Now, the trainer for Dr. Murad, the head trainer there, couldn't actually use an eye cream, and then she used this one, and because it used to make her eyes really sensitive, and she got over a year's use out of this size of product.
It is actually
because
a
it's really
big pot,
gorgeous.
isn't it?
It's absolutely
So how
gorgeous.
do I use this?
Literally, just take a tiny, tiny amount and dab it around the eye area, not directly over the eye, around the brow bone, and then underneath the eye socket, and just tap it. It stays where it is, and what's wonderful, it's got hyaluronic acid in, and hyaluronic acid is like a sponge, and it gets the water and it plumps up.
So it's plumping. Is it any good for dark circles?
Oh, it's brilliant for dark circles. It's brilliant for all of the concerns. Think of any concerns you've got around the eye, and this will help sort it. And this is why I love this kit, because it's two beauty absolute must-haves.
Okay, well, it's a fabulous price, but only while stocks last. The price is £53.70, should actually be £89.50, or were you to buy the two individual products, it would be £126 worth. Remember that price of £53.70 includes our postage and packaging wherever you are. Well, moving on now to a product called Invisiblur, which just sounds quite intriguing even from its title. We've got a 30ml size here for £55. So demystify this for me. What is Invisiblur?
It's everything you want in skincare. It is, I think this is going to become one of the most popular items in the world in terms of premium beauty, because it literally does everything that you want from a skincare product. Not only does it hydrate and protect, and we'll be going through that in great detail, but it also gives you the appearance of youthful, dewy skin without any, it replaces your primer, it replaces your SPF, it replaces your moisture. I mean, it literally is one of those products. It's amazing.
So let's have a little look at it then. What's the texture of this like?
The texture is like when you put it on your skin and you work it in and you get that wonderful measured dose, and that will do neck and face and décolleté. So obviously you've got quite a large amount there, but this will still last you up to 6 months. Your skin afterwards feels like you've got a veil of silk across it, Debbie. And in fact, if you touch the back of my hand,
oh, it's
it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what it does is it's got a blurring complex in that. So imagine the old film stars with the Vaseline on the lens. It's almost like that. It's like you've been airbrushed. And this is why so many of the stars will be using this.
Okay,
this is an absolute must-have.
So how do I use it then? So where does this fit into my beauty regime?
Okay, you've cleansed your skin. You've cleansed and you've toned and you've exfoliated and you've done all of your sort of what we call a step one. And this is a product that you can actually use. I would use it after the serum, actually. I'd use it as the final stage. I'd use it as your very final thing before applying makeup. But you don't need makeup with this. If you're somebody that perhaps uses makeup to disguise problem skin, to disguise fine lines and wrinkles, you probably won't need to do this. So if you're going on a holiday and you want to get that wonderful natural dewy look without makeup, or you can mix it with your own foundation, Debbie,
You
to
could
give
mix
a
it
really
with-
and it's amazing how you can do this.
This feels so lovely on
Isn't
the
it
back of my hand.
gorgeous?
And it's giving me that feeling that I'm taking an old battered handbag and just kind of rejuvenating it a bit, giving it a really kind of good feed. It feels silky.
It does feel silky.
Really silky.
It's gorgeous.
So I wouldn't need a primer if I were going to.
You'd absolutely never need to use a primer again. You can remove the primer from your makeup bag.
So is this then reducing the appearance of my open pores possibly?
Oh my goodness me, let me tell you, the reduction that you will get in the appearance of the size of your pores is quite extraordinary. Also, think about lines under the eye, think about dark circles, think of feathering around the lips. All of this will disappear, but literally within seconds. But what you've got here as well is you've got the amazing SPF of 30.
Oh, now that's so important, isn't it?
So important. Now, we all know about SPFs, Debbie, but what people don't always know about is the PA rating.
Oh, what's that? I don't even know what that
okay,
is. I haven't heard of it.
PA rating is quite a new thing in skincare, but let me tell you, if we were having this conversation in 5 years' time, it would be all about the PA rating. Now, PA rating is basically about the UV rays that are coming down, and it's all about how, if you can help block those out, you will genuinely be using something that is anti-aging. So if you see, SPF is about your sun protection, your PA rating is about your anti-aging. Now this has got the maximum score. It's got the 3, so you get your 3 crosses.
Okay, just talk to me a little bit about my skin and the sun, because I sometimes get up in the morning and if it's a lovely summer's day, I'll go and have my coffee outside on the patio.
You've run me from the patio.
And I have, and I feel the sun on my face, and I think that's really lovely. I've got no protection on my skin then. Is that okay?
No, it's absolutely not okay, unfortunately. I know the sun is a glorious thing and we all love the feeling of having our face in the sun, but what Dr. Murad says is if you're in the sun for longer than 5 minutes, 5 minutes, Debbie, without protection, then it's going to start breaking down those collagen levels in your skin and you will start to age more.
So what I've got to do is set the coffee machine, run upstairs, get my Invisiblur on, and then I'm okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's good. That's a good level of protection. And we obviously talked about the PA, but to talk about that level of SPF 30, that's fantastic.
Absolutely. And I'd always recommend that people use a minimum of 15. But when you've got a 30 in a product, but doesn't leave any of that horrible sort of white residue that you can get with other, perhaps, less advanced SPF products, when you get that feeling of sort of stickiness. Now you can feel on the back of your hand, Debbie, just how gloriously this goes in.
It actually feels quite perfect.
It really does, and it makes your skin look perfect. You've got the hydration, there's a mushroom peptide in there, which really helps to sort of plump up the skin. You've got this wonderful complex that softens the face. And I think, we're always barraged by images of these women who look so perfect, and we know they've been airbrushed. With this, you get airbrushing in a bottle.
Now, we always talk about skincare really mainly related to women, but I'm thinking actually this is a great product for the guys as well, because maybe you're not into using a tinted moisturizer, but you want your skin to look really good. This is going to be great.
It's perfect for everybody. This is a product that everybody can love.
Okay, so if you want to get this, it's just a few clicks of the mouse away. It's the Invisiblur size 30 mils and it's £55. We will get this to you wherever you are. With the Murad brand, you're obviously getting 50 years worth of research behind it, with the whole heritage of the company. Peter, we're going to look at the Essential Cleanser now. It's the Essential C Cleanser, 200 ml size, and it's £28. Now, a lot of people would say that actually, as long as you use a good serum, a good moisturiser, that you can get away with pretty much any old cleanser.
I used to. I absolutely used to. And then somebody said to me, would you serve your Christmas dinner on some plates that haven't been washed? And if you think about it, we spend 7 or 8 hours preparing our beautiful Christmas dinner. You wouldn't put it on a dirty plate. And lots of people really do think that you can get away with using a cheap cleanser. And the answer is, start using a cleanser properly. Start looking after your skin from the very first step, and the results that you will see from your serums and your moisturisers will be improved 10, 15, 20 times.
So it's all about the synergy of the products, isn't it? And I think we have to be very careful about not upsetting the pH balance of the skin as well.
We absolutely do. And the fact is as well, you need to make your skin into the most perfect blank canvas. But the problem is with most cleansers is that they strip the skin away. Now, this is a treatment cleanser. Yes, you can go out and you can buy a halfway decent cleanser for a couple of quid, but this actually treats your skin and hydrates it. And the ingredients in it are just divine. You've got mandarin in there, you've got grapefruit, and you've got basil.
Oh, well, you know,
You're going to love it.
I'm a sucker for those fragrances.
You love
anyway,
the fresh, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And this is now you've probably used far too much there, Debbie.
Well, yes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Although I've got chubby chops, that's probably going to wash them about 3 times, isn't it?
Yeah. So you would use
the
a
smell.
It's gorgeous, a pearl-sized amount.
Okay, so I'll probably wash my whole body in that, can't I?
You probably could. And the key thing is as well is with something like this is think about like a concentrated squash. If you were to pour yourself a glass of concentrated squash and drink it, the concentrate, it'd be horrible. But when you add water to it, it becomes diluted. It's the same with this cleanser. So you add water to it and you'll get a lovely, very, 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 very gentle foam. And then that's when you know that this is working. And always double wash.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. This is something I discovered a few months ago. So first of all, wash to get rid of the dirt and makeup.
Yeah.
And then properly cleanse your skin the second time. It's going to take an extra 30, 40 seconds.
So
the results are worth it.
Would I use this just with water, or would I use it with a cloth or cotton
Water.
ball?
This is something that is activated by water.
Yeah.
So absolutely use it with your water. And it means also that it's really lovely and speedy. We are very time poor these days. You know, we always seem to be in a rush, don't we? Rushing around, and we've got different things to do. So something like this, just some lovely warm water, not too hot, not too cold, and literally you can just splash it off, and your skin, remember, it's not going to be dehydrated. It's going to be so hydrated by this beautiful, it's what I call the ACE ingredients. You've got your vitamin A, your vitamin C, and your vitamin E. And that means that you've got this wonderful infusion of goodness into your skin.
And I love the smell of the grapefruit.
I knew you'd love that because that's exactly the sort of fragrance that you wear.
It's just really refreshing. I can imagine being in the shower with this in the morning. You know, you wake up, you're feeling a little bit, oh, I need that coffee. And you get into the shower and you use this on your face, and you can use it very much in that kind of waking you up sense. I think sometimes when we do a very sophisticated cleanse with all kinds of creams and cotton wool, you don't get that really kind of pure feeling of the cleansing in the traditional sense, which obviously we don't want to do with soap for all the reasons that we've explained. And this is, from the fragrance of it, very much a gender-friendly cleanser, isn't it?
Oh, this is one that you could buy because, I mean, something like this, I mean, you're looking at 6 to 8 months just using it yourself probably a couple of times a day. But perhaps, you know, you live with a couple of flatmates, or perhaps it's you and your other half. There's no gender specific to this at all because of those wonderful uplifting notes. And of course, it is also about the experience. Not only have you got this superbly concentrated cleanser you need the tiniest amount of for it to make it work, you can get rid of all of that pollution and makeup and dirt and grime and just the general wear and tear of the day, but it's also locking hydration into your skin, and that's quite remarkable from a cleanser because what they normally do is just strip the skin of oils.
Now, we're talking about using it with water, obviously. Now, am I okay? I'm a bit of a one for a hot cloth. I do like to use a face cloth with my cleanser if I can. So I could maybe do the first cleanse just with the water and then take a brand new fresh cloth, make it nice and hot, and use that to get rid of the remnants of my makeup and my cleanser.
Debbie, it was you that got me 18 months ago into using a muslin cloth, and I always do my second wash with a muslin cloth because you've got that tiny extra bit of exfoliation. Of course, it's absolutely up to you. It depends on, you know, how much time you have, but I'm a great fan of an extra cloth.
Now, this is a whacking great size.
Huge.
You've just shown me. Actually, show me again the size that I should actually be using on my face.
And this, remember, is for your face and neck and the top of the décolleté. So literally that size there.
Okay.
So you can see how 200 mils is going to go such an extraordinarily long way. I mean, you are looking at 6 to 8 months of use for this. But you know what? Looking at how slowly I'm getting through mine, goodness knows how long it's going to last. Love it.
You can make your order right now with a few clicks of the mouse if you'd like to do that. We are salonskincare.com, of course. This is your Essential C Cleanser. You've got 200 mils, which is a whacking great size, and the price is £28. Now, if you asked me for my top 3 personal favourites from this range, I would have to say the Perfecting Day Cream, the Perfecting Night Cream, and the rapid collagen infusion, which is what we're going to talk about right now. We've got a price of £65 here, and the size is 30 mils, which seems to last for a very, very, very long time. Now, we talk about collagen a lot, don't we, in skincare. Why is it so important?
Well, because basically collagen is the building block that keeps you looking young and youthful. And sadly, when we hit about 23, 24, 25, our collagen starts to deplete. As we hit 30, as we hit 40, and as we rapidly approach 50, we find our collagen levels shoot down. And this is a marine collagen. And what's interesting is collagen in skincare, often the collagen molecule is too big to actually get into the skin. So it will sit on the surface, and of course it might temporarily plump up. Whereas with Dr. Murad, he's done this amazing thing where he's actually managed to reduce the size of the molecules so that it can go into the skin itself.
So did he actually steer away from collagen for a while before he managed to perfect that technique?
Absolutely, because there's no point in doing a product that just sits on the skin when you're a proper doctor. This is the whole key thing. This is a doctor brand. This is a dermatologist. You know, this isn't a fashion brand, or this is real. This is the real McCoy. And it's absolutely incredible for actually, this is perfect for anyone. You would use this if you're worried about the general signs of aging, whether that's loose skin, tired skin, dull skin, fine lines, deeper wrinkles. It's perfect for everyone. But you know what's incredible about this, Debbie?
What?
I'm really paranoid about pore size on my nose, and this will...
I wanted to have a word with you about that.
No, they've got better recently, love. And it's now, you'll see a 62% reduction in pore size. Now, if you think that's nearly 2/3.
No, I've been using this for quite a while now, and I really have noticed a difference with it. But probably the main reason I use it is because I put it on and it feels so lovely on my skin. It feels as if, when I use it, it feels as if my skin is almost like a rose petal in its texture. And at my age, rapidly approaching my late mid-30s, that's quite a miracle. It really does feel lovely. And then makeup and so on seems to go on really beautifully when you use it too.
I love it. And also I love the fact that Dr. Murad actually has 19 patented complexes. Now, I'm not going to sort of name names, but some of the giants of skincare, even with all the brands that they have less. And it's an extraordinary amount to have. And 2 of those patented complexes are in here. And what that means is you're getting 2 combination of ingredients that are utterly, utterly unique by a doctor whose life, the last 40, 50 years, has been dedicated to making people's skin look better and more beautiful and more youthful.
Now, there's a special relationship, isn't there, with the Prince's Trust?
There's an amazing relationship. I mean, I know often you see in the papers about the scandal of how little goes to charity from different things. Well, a whopping £10 from the sale of each bottle goes to the Prince's Trust, which is extraordinary. So you can be doing good for your skin and also giving to one of the most popular charities in the UK that helps young people. And I love that because you're treating yourself, but you're also really helping young people to have a sort of kick up in life, leg up in life.
Well, there's a little bit about it on the box, in fact, and it says Murad is proud to support the Prince's Trust in the efforts to help disadvantaged young people across the UK to fulfil their dreams. Now, I've got my lenses in, but I can't see this very well. And to get into vital education, employment or training. So each time, if you buy this today, you're going to be making that contribution to a
wonderful charity. And it's a significant contribution, isn't it?
Yes, it's £10. So we're really doing something good, I think, by buying this, apart from being great for our skin as well. So collagen, absolutely vital to plumping the skin, to maybe reducing some of those signs of aging.
Oh, 100%. It's what goes in our skin. It's what makes our skin look tired. It's what makes us look tired. And let's face it, when you're poorly, your skin looks unhealthy, doesn't it? People say, oh, you don't look well. And, to have a healthy skin, and this is a massive part of the Dr. Murad. I'm reading one of his books, actually, at the moment.
He's written loads, hasn't he?
He's written loads. I think it's 12 and counting. And it is the most remarkable thing. It's like, healthy skin is beautiful skin, and beautiful skin is healthy skin. It's as simple as that. And if you can do stuff that's good for your skin, as well as being good for the soul, because it's lovely to know that you're doing a charitable contribution, as well as really treating yourself.
And is it true that Dr. Murad actually thinks of each and every one of his customers, whether they be from salonskincare.com or elsewhere, as an actual patient, as a client.
Absolutely, 100%. And this is why the love is there for Dr. Murad within the industry. You know, I've never heard a bad word said about him. And actually try and find a bad review of a product online. I looked for 4.5 hours and all I could see, seriously, Debbie, I was like that at the weekend and everybody loves it. Do you know why? Because it works.
Sherlock investigated.
Yes, exactly.
Did not find any bad things said about Dr. Murad. If you want to actually try this yourself, you can do that. It is, I would say, in my top 3 Murad products that I've tried out, and I do use this. You can have this in a very short time. We will deliver it for that price of £65 to wherever you are, so including postage and packaging, and including a donation of £10 to the Prince's Trust. Well, we're going to move on now to talk about the lip area. So if you are one of those people who wants gorgeous, plump lips, then stay tuned, stay watching salonskincare.com. We have got the collagen version of the Rapid Lips, 10 mils, that's this size here, for £22. And this is something which fascinates me actually, because when I was a teenager, or you know, good 10, 20 years ago now, it wasn't the fashion to have lips, so I didn't really mind. But now the fashion is to make a lot of your lips, isn't it, Pete?
It is, but I do honestly think that I don't know anyone that has had work done on their lips that looks better. I think you get that dreaded trout pout. I've never seen anyone that's touched the shape of their lips. So what you want to do is work with your existing lip shape and really accentuate it in a natural way by using collagen.
Is there a lot we can do though? I look at my dad, and Dad, if you're watching, I love you, but you've got mean lips and you gave them to me. You
have beautiful lips, Debbie.
Is there much I can do about it? If I want plumper, more sexy, more gorgeous, A-list lips?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because if you think about it, women are really, really happy to spend 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 pounds on a lipstick. In fact, you can get lipsticks for about £50 mark these days. Ooh. But you're not actually treating the skin. So what this is skincare for the lips. This is collagen for the lips, but it does have something a little extra that the wonderful collagen infusion that we saw earlier. This also has mustard sprout powder. Now what that does is that stimulates the lips and you get this lovely tingling effect. And of course what that will lead to is a larger and plumper lip. And that then therefore means that you've got a bigger lip space to put on your favourite lipstick, or of course you can use this as a replacement. But I love this product, and because what it does is it really helps, because I put it not only on the lip, but on the skin around the lip. So if you, like me, have smoked, and we know that we shouldn't, and we know the damage that it causes not only to your body, but to around the lips, and perhaps you've got feathering around the lips, and you're very self-conscious about it. You don't want to wear lipstick because you're worried about it bleeding.
Yes, which can happen.
Which can happen so easily. You need to treat the area. And the only way to treat the area is to get decent skincare for the lips, and I think this is one of a kind.
Well, I'm just actually looking at how it's dispensed, and it looks quite fascinating. So we've got a kind of flexible end there, which we can see, and then it's got little apertures in it.
Little apertures which will release this sort of magic gel-like formula, and just one tiny little squeeze. This is going to last you again for months and months and months. It's about the hydration. It's about getting that collagen back into the lips, because there's collagen in the cells of the lips, as there are in this, as are in the cells of any of your skin, and it's so important to put that goodness back in to the lips.
I don't want to interrupt you, but my hand's feeling warm.
Yeah, you will. You'll get that wonderful warmth.
It's a mustard attack, so I can imagine it will stimulate my lips.
Oh, it will. Yeah, and it'll bring that blood rushing to the surface.
It's stimulating my hand.
It's a wonderful product, and what I like about this is you're not having to resort to having an injection in those lips. And we've all read the stories, and we've all, seen in the magazines about when it goes wrong.
So is this something that I can keep in my handbag and constantly use throughout the day?
Absolutely. I mean, if you wanted to use this 3 or 4 times a day, but the thing is, Debbie, you don't need to, because I've found from sort of personal use, because obviously I don't wear lipstick, but it's nice to have firm and nice plump lips, particularly as you approach your mid-late 30s, as we both are hurtling towards. I found that you probably only need to apply it once or twice a day anyway. It's so long lasting.
And what about, because a lot of people going on holiday obviously at this time of year, and I find that when I'm on a plane, my lips inevitably feel really
dry and crack.
And I get off at the other end where I'm hoping to try to look a bit glamorous, and I've got all really kind of dry skin on my lips. So if I use this during a flight, would that be a good thing?
An absolutely brilliant idea, and of course it's a flight safe size.
Now, there are a lot of, we look at the celebs, don't we? And we see how gorgeous they are, and we imagine that they have access to all kinds of things that we don't as ordinary human beings. But there are a lot of celebs who use the range, aren't
There are, and most of the time we can't actually mention because they're that famous. I mean, we are talking about the man who probably is responsible for the faces of half of the A-list in the Oscars. But for example, one of our finest homegrown stars, Fern Cotton, she's an enormous fan of the range. That's a little name that I am quite happy to drop on this one. Of course, you know, she's stunning, and what's stunning about Fern is her very natural, glamorous girl next door beauty. Do you know what I mean? This isn't somebody who's had her face tugged apart. And Dr. Murad, remember, it's about feeling good from the inside as well. It's about knowing that you've got to drink your water and eat your fruit and get your exercise, switching your phone off at 9 o'clock and not being on social media till the second you go to sleep. You know, it's about actually looking at your skin and looking at your life and thinking, what little bits can I do to change? What can I do to make myself a little bit happier? Having a sort of complete holistic approach to life and to beauty, and remembering that healthy skin is beautiful skin and beautiful skin is healthy skin.
Yeah,
Simple as
absolutely,
that.
and that's the philosophy of Dr. Howard Murad. If you want to get this, it's only a few clicks of the mouse away. The price, including postage and packaging to wherever you are, is £22, and you've got that 10ml size, and this is called the Rapid Lips Collagen Infusion. Well, guiding us through what can be a maze of beauty products is Peter Sherlock. Lovely that you're here with me.
Oh, I'm
Pete.
loving it.
Now, what I find baffling sometimes is that there's such a range, even within Murad actually, of moisturisers. So we're going to concentrate on this. This is the Age Balancing Moisture. Price is £64, and we've got a 50ml size for you. So who needs this?
This is for anybody who is concerned about the signs of aging. This is one of those wonderful moisturisers that will suit all skin types, and that is particularly good at protecting your skin from the signs of aging. I had a lovely morning with the Murad team, with their head trainer, and as soon as I tried this, I went, I feel like, you know, like when a parent shouldn't have a favourite child.
Yes.
This is my favourite child. Yeah, this is my favourite of the entire Murad range, because I want a cream that does everything. I want a cream that feels amazing on the skin. I want a cream that sinks into my skin. But I also want a cream that is going to help protect my skin from the signs of aging. And this has got the SPF of 30, but it's got the PA, the protection against aging, which is against UVA, and it's got the 3+ symbols. Now, we mentioned this earlier, Debbie, and this PA rating will become as significant as SPF in terms of skincare. And this means that this is the optimum level of protection against those wicked, pernicious, snide UVA rays.
Oh, they get us,
They're
don't
snide,
they?
don't like, no, honestly, and they're aging.
And especially in the summer, we want to really think about protecting our skin.
Do you know what?
We?
All year round, Debbie, this is the key thing.
Is this my mistake?
Yes, everybody makes the mistake of thinking, oh, it's the beach, oh, it's a hot day, I need my SPF. You need your SPF and your PA all year round, because you can still get damage on an overcast winter's day. It's not just about the times when you think, oh, it's scorchio. So really, honestly, if you can always make sure you've got an SPF of 30 on, you will really help your skin amazingly.
I'm just thinking what that smells like. There's a real kind of fresh zinginess about it, almost sherbety, really.
It's lovely. It has got a zinginess to it, and I love that. I mean, this is something that I would use as a day cream and as a night cream if you wanted to. But
so if you're going away on holiday, for example, and you
Yeah.
didn't want to be encumbered by millions of different pots and this and that and the other, this would be a good all-rounder to take with you.
Absolutely, and particularly if you're on a flight where you can only take a few items, you know, you've got your little clear bag and you've got to strip it down to essentials, and so many of us will avoid putting the luggage in the hold.
Oh, yeah,
do you know what I mean?
they
Costs a
cost a
fortune.
fortune.
Exactly. And this would be, if I had to take one product away with me, it would be this. This would be my absolute essential, because not only have you got the richness, you've got those wonderful nutrients going into the skin, really helping to build your skin back up, but you're protecting against all of those gremlins.
What I love is that these products look and smell fantastic, but I know that the heritage of Dr. Murad goes back a long way. So when you're using one of the Murad products, you know that there's been something like 50 years of research and development behind the range, so that you know that you're getting the very best.
Absolutely, and of course remember he was a pharmacist before he became a dermatologist. This is a guy who's an expert on ingredients, and this is absolutely perfect. You know, if you've got dehydrated skin, a lot of people think that they've got dry skin, and actually very few people on the whole have dry skin, Debbie. Dry skin tends to be more of a skin condition, whereas most of us have got dehydrated skin from air conditioning, from, you know, radiators going on. You know, when your skin changes when you put the radiators on in sort of
yes, it
late
does, actually.
Actually, you do in the summer, don't you, over here? And you can feel your skin dehydrate, being in the car, the heating in the car, being on the tube, on trains, you know, all of this, it's so bad for your skin. And something like this is like, it's like a tidal wave of moisturizer just going into your skin and really plumping it out. And what I love about Dr. Murad products is that you will always see a difference after the first application. Now that may sound like a bold claim, but it's so good at plumping up with immediacy. It's so good at, because you buy a product and you want to see a difference there and then. Of course, it's going to get better and better and better with continued use. But when you actually look in the mirror and your skin goes from looking grey and dull and or sallow and, you know, and it's so easy to happen. This is my perfect product because it's lightweight yet rich. So you get that feeling of really being indulged and getting a silky veil put over your skin without ever feeling that you're getting clogged up or it's too heavy or it's too greasy. So this is going to appeal to men in their 30s, to women in their 70s, to men in their 70s, to women in their 40s. I mean, it's right across the board.
But you wouldn't recommend probably for a teenager though?
I would always say, well, the French say start at 16. And of course, this has got, it would depend on your skin type. If you've got problematic skin, then obviously have a look at Dr. Murad's range for blemish control. Or if you've got very oily skin, I know your daughter has very oily skin. But if you have normal, dry or rather dehydrated skin, there is no lower age limit on decent skincare.
Yes,
Start young if you can.
Well, actually, you know, I'm thinking Louisa's 18 and she's the one that likes the blemish part of the range. Annalie, who's 21, has a drier skin.
Right.
It's not dry, but this would be fabulous.
Be lovely for her.
And you haven't got to kind of think about, I've got to use a separate SPF for my face, because you've got that protection factor of 30 in here. So if you want to get this, we will get it to you wherever you are. The price is £64 and you've got a 50ml size here. So just a few clicks of the mouse and it'll be yours. One of the first signs of ageing, I think, is those lines that you start to get very early on actually in life around the eyes, and there's a lot you can do to help that without resorting to anything too drastic. We're going to be talking now about the renewing eye cream. We've got the 15ml size and it's £67, but it's one of those areas, Peter, isn't it, where you really do have to look after it.
Yeah, the skin around the eye is so different from the rest of the skin on the body. And, you know, if you put on a sort of a normal, quote unquote, day cream or night cream, it can have disastrous results around there. It can sort of clog the area. It'll make the problem actually worse. So it's so important to go for something specifically created for the eye area.
Why do we get these early problems around the eye area?
Squinting, life, pollution, sun, everything, you know, particularly the more expressive you are, you know, they are called laughter lines for a reason. And, you know, I've heard recently one leading female celebrity saying that she doesn't smile very much because it gives you lines. And I just think that is ghastly and tragic, and I won't name names for obvious reasons. But I do think, you know, it's lovely to have these lines, but we don't want them to be heavy.
No, but we do have to be very careful, because as well the skin is a lot thinner, isn't it, around the eye area?
Absolutely a lot thinner. And this is wonderful. So this is really like a 3-in-1. You've got a brightening complex in here, which will help deal with any dark circles. It will also work on puffiness. You know, if you wake up in the morning looking like a bag of spanners and you look like you haven't slept. And then finally, of course, the fine lines and wrinkles. And I've got to tell you a little story because I love a personal story. So Andrea, who is the head trainer for Murad here in the United Kingdom, had never been able to use an eye cream because her eyes are so sensitive. So literally, if she put an eye cream on of any type, her eyes would go red and start running. With this one, because the cream is so lovely and it actually sits where you put it on the eye, so it's not going to be moving up into the skin just underneath. And it's the first eye cream she's ever been able to use.
And great, because I know that people who wear contact lenses often have a problem with an eye cream or even a moisturizer if that creeps into your eyes and starts to get a little bit oily or whatever. So this is going to be fabulous for contact lens wearers, isn't it?
It is absolutely wonderful. And again, when I say a little goes a long way, I know people that this has lasted 14 months. And that's using it every day. And it's lasted them 14 months. Now, obviously, that depends on how much you apply. There is a measured dose, but you can actually use less than the measured dose by pressing down a bit.
Could you show me?
So there is your measured dose. So obviously, this is a brand new one. So that's a measured dose. Now, I actually think, personally, way too much.
That is.
Personally, because I like a bargain. I'm from Liverpool and we like bargains.
Thrifty.
Yeah. So you would just literally take...
You and Kim Cattrall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love a bit of Kim Cattrall. I met her once,
Did
She's
you?
fabulous. She's a Scouser.
She likes Murad as well.
Yes, she does. She's a big fan. And so with this, you just literally take a tiny amount and then just pat around the eye area, up over the brow. And what this does is immediately, I used this actually for the first time just a few weeks ago. And Debbie, I genuinely felt a tightening effect. Not an unpleasant one, but when you can think, oh, this is working. No, you don't get that with many things these days. Do you know what I mean? And it actually, you could feel that rejuvenation of the skin. And I'd had a late night the night before.
I can't imagine what you were doing, Pete.
I might have been a bit tired and emotional. And it really did do me an enormous amount of favours.
Because, life happens.
Of course it does.
Sometimes
one drink turns into two.
Sometimes you have a wonderful night out and you get up in the morning and you think, actually, it was worth it, but now where's my Murad eye cream? Or it might be that you're a shift worker and you just suffer from those signs of ageing around your eyes. You might be a new mum, you're not getting much sleep, the kids are keeping you up. There can be all kinds of reasons why you're not sleeping very well. And it's great to have this as a bonus to really boost the look around your eyes, because there's nothing that makes you look more kind of haggard or tired than just that kind of extra lines around your eyes.
Of course, and again, it goes back to the Dr. Murad philosophy, which is healthy skin is beautiful skin is healthy skin, and it's a mantra that's worth repetition, because when you look tired, you feel tired. There's nothing worse when somebody says to you, are you feeling a bit ill? You look a bit washed out. And you just think, oh, for heaven's sake, I've really tried. I went to bed early. But sometimes, we live very stressful lives these days. Just getting to work can be stressful, battling with public transport. Life was meant to get easier. Now we've got laptops and tablets and phones pinging and all of this stuff going on.
I'm convinced that staying up late at night doing that final tweet, it does have an effect on your appearance.
Dr. Murad calls that cultural stress.
Does he?
And it's actually all about what we need to do is we need to be switching our phones off. Still use your social media. I love reading your tweets. I never know how to reply to them. And Facebook and all of those. But actually switch that phone off for an hour. Light a candle. Do your Murad facial. Put on some classical music or something softer. Don't have beating, but, and, stop with the caffeine and cut down and have a glass of water rather than a glass of wine.
OK, Pete, sum this up for me, please.
It is the eye cream for anybody that is concerned about fine lines. It's the eye cream for anyone that's concerned about puffiness. It's the eye cream for anyone that's concerned about sensitivity. And it's the eye cream for anyone concerned about general wear and tear around the eyes.
It's the eye cream for anyone who's got eyes, by the sound of things, isn't it? It's a renewing eye cream. The price is 15 mils, and the price that you're seeing, £67, includes your postage and packaging, and we'll get this to you wherever you are. It's actually very unusual to come across a product that aims to help with blemishes and with wrinkles. But we've got one right here. This is £55 and the size is 60 mils, so really nice big size. Let's talk about this whole blemishes and wrinkles thing at the same time.
I think that one of the big lies that we're told as children is, oh, you get spots and you'll grow out of them. And actually, it's quite a cruel thing because many of us don't. Many of us continue to have blemishes in all the way actually through our life. We can be prone to breakouts. And those breakouts, they can be quite distressing. If it happens, maybe it flares up at, I don't know, time of the month perhaps, or during the menopause. And you think, oh, goodness me, I'm going to have a week or two when I've got, a face full of blemishes, and it's not nice for anyone. Nobody wants to have blemishes on their face, and it can happen at any age.
So is it a difficult thing to do, though, to target the wrinkles and target those blemishes, those unsightly blemishes
Really hard.
at the same time?
Hard. Yeah, really hard. Because what you have to do is you'd have to have an absolutely amazing knowledge of how skin works, because normally what a blemish will do is just simply dry out the area. But of course, if you're drying out the area, you're not getting any goodness into there to help hydrate the skin and, help the skins to regenerate. So this is why you need to go to a doctor brand. This is where you think, this is where the expertise comes in. This is where the knowledge, they're having studied, been a pharmacist first, and understanding how you can blend ingredients together so you can help reduce those blemishes. It also lift your skin's tone. And I think this is brilliant.
Okay, so how do I use this? So I could be really any age, couldn't I? But starting to get those lines, but suffering maybe at times of the month, maybe due to the menopause, maybe you thought that you got rid of those teenage spots all those years ago. You've reached a certain point in your life, you're having your own private summers every now and then, and the blemishes have started to come back, and this is something which could help you. Obviously, you need to try it out first, but it could help you.
Yeah, I mean, if you read the reviews as well online, Debbie, this is the great thing about the internet, is it's given everybody a voice. Sometimes when they write about us, it's not very nice. But no, I mean, it has given everybody a voice, and the reviews on this product are incredible. And again, let's think about the ingredients in here. You've got your salicylic acid, and salicylic acid is absolutely wonderful on blemishes. And he was actually the first person to really pioneer the use of acids within skincare. Because, if somebody had said to us 20 years ago, put an acid on your face, you'd be like, whoa, no way. And of course, these are safe levels of these acids, but what they will really help to do is to target those blemishes so beautifully. And it's got hyaluronic in, and do you know what hyaluronic acid does?
I think it's to do with the water in your skin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's extraordinary. So think about hyaluronic acid as being like a little sponge under the surface of your skin, and when you put water into hyaluronic, it just swells up to 100 times its original size. So think about this as almost like little balloons that are expanding under your skin. And the wonderful thing about this is it feels completely gentle on the skin. It's a lovely, soft, light gel formulation. You're not thinking about stripping away the skin. It's about putting the right goodness into your skin as well as targeting those blemishes.
Well, that's the difficulty, or where you've got to sort of make a leap of faith in your head, isn't it? Because you brought up with this idea that if you put anything that's moisturising near a blemish, it's just actually going to make it worse, because somehow the spot will drink in the oil and produce something nasty. That's the image that people have, isn't it?
Oh, you know what's in this as well? I've just remembered. It's quite extraordinary. So silver citrate. Now, silver, it's not even an old wives' tale, because it works. If you have a sty and you rub it with a precious metal.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Well, it's the same sort of idea. So silver is a natural antibacterial. That's the word. Thank you, Debbie Greenwood. Yes. That's years of being on that couch, love. And it's just brilliant, because what that does is it will help naturally take away this extract from silver, will help take away those horrible little gremlins that can cause your skin to break out. I love anything that is quite easy to use as well. This isn't a hugely complicated system. This is a case of wash your face, put this on your face, moisturise your face.
And obviously you can get a great synergy if you're using some of the facial washes from the range as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And do obviously have a little look round the Blemish range, because there are many products, and it is part of the most popular, actually, part of the range,
hugely popular. It? I think that's the thing as well, actually, because I think that when people are, say, on a search engine on their computer, I think if they're looking for a treatment for problematic skin, they'll go to the doctor brand. And other perhaps more casual shoppers will think, I'll go to the big brands that I see in the department stores. But actually what you've got to think is with Dr. Murad is that every single product is being made by an expert that's adored within the industry, whose staff adore him. You've met him, haven't you?
Yes, I have. He's a lovely man.
Everyone says what a gorgeous and lovely man. I haven't met him yet. And I think this is the thing. You've got years and years and years of passion and of genuine experience of working with people and looking at their skin and saying, use this and your skin will change. And I love that.
And Dr. Murad knows a thing or two about a blemish. He knows a thing or two about a wrinkle. If you want to get this, the price of £55 includes your postage and packaging, and we'll get it to you wherever you are. Now, I did share with you that my teenage daughter has seen fabulous results from using the Blemish part of the Murad empire, actually. She started using the products, and I would say within about 3 weeks, it really helped to turn her skin around, and boy, was she grateful. And that's really what we're going to talk about now, isn't it? Specific problems.
This is... I look back on this and I wish this had been available in Liverpool in 1984. I had 2 years of the most shocking skin. You know, when you're sort of like O-level, A-level age and your hormones are racing, and I just look back and just wish this had been invented then.
And the problem is that, you know, teenagers, younger people who do have those sorts of problems, they look for the harshest chemical that they can find, put it on the skin, and then wonder why it makes it worse.
This is such a remarkable product, and this can be used from the very start of this is for problem skin. Let's not beat around the bungalow on this one. This is for problem skin and very oily skin. But if you have oily skin in your 50s and 60s and 70s, this is still going to be perfect for you. The one key thing is, because of the level of active ingredients in this, you would avoid the eye area.
Okay.
Avoid the eye area completely. So this is for, because of course you don't get blemishes within the eye area, so it doesn't matter. It's not like you're missing out.
Okay, so how, if I'm a younger, perhaps a younger person, perhaps an older person, but more likely a younger person, I've got terrible problems. I look at my skin and I think, oh, pizza, you know, it's that kind of horrible feeling where it's really debilitating, actually.
It's horrible.
You mustn't feel ashamed about it, because it affects everybody's confidence in the same sort of way. So I've got those sorts of problems. How do I start using this?
It's the easiest thing on the planet. You would literally, I mean, I've got a little bowl of water here, but you would open it up, and then you would take, I always say, I got this from Andrea from Murad.
She's becoming very famous, isn't she?
Yeah, a pea-sized amount if you're a bloke,
Yeah.
a pearl-sized amount if you're a woman.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
I love that. I'm going to be using that one. I'll copyright that one. She'll be able to use
yeah,
it again.
So guys like peas, girls like pearls.
Yes, exactly. So what you would do is you take some water, and it is, you know, it is activated by the water because it's a very, very concentrated, and you would just work this, and as you can see, there's a lovely gentle foam starting, and that is absolutely perfect. What you've got here is all of those wonderful antiseptic, antibacterial ingredients. You've got your silver ingredient, you've got your wonderful salicylic acid, which is going to help with all those blemishes, and you would literally do this and rinse off.
That's it. And just a one cleanse, not a double cleanse with this.
I'd always double cleanse.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd always double cleanse, because it also depends, actually. It depends if you live in the countryside and there's no pollution around and you don't wear any makeup. Basically, if you live in Enid Blyton world, then you could maybe get away with one wash. But I think, you know, if you're a young girl and you've been covering your face, a lot of boys will use a concealer.
Yes, of course.
So the first one is about getting rid of the surface dirt. And for me, the second wash, and again, just a tiny amount, this is going to last you a good 6 to 8 months minimum. Absolutely minimum.
And this is going to be great. You can leave it in the shower and use it when you're having your shower in the morning.
Yes.
It would look good in the gym bag as well, because not everybody wants to have a I've got serious spots.
Oh, it's exactly.
It just looks a perfectly normal cleanser.
And have a smell of my hand as well. Now, for something that's so potent, for something that's such a
Very
targeted
pleasant,
treatment,
isn't it?
it's
Yeah.
lovely. You don't feel like you're using something that's unpleasant.
No, because not everybody wants their face to smell like something that gets rid of nits, do they?
Exactly.
You know? This is a very, very pleasant aroma to it.
And I love this. I love the fact that Dr. Murad is concentrating on something that is perhaps neglected in the premium skincare. You know, we talk about wonder serums and balms, but the fact is, if you have blemishes, if you have skin that's excessively oily, there was an email just recently that came through to Murad from a woman, and she apologised at the end. I'm sorry for the super long email. And actually the email nearly had me in tears. I'm so soft, because it had changed her skin, a product from this range. And she'd been the sort of girl that couldn't wear makeup, and then she'd have to blot, and then she'd be blotting and she felt like an oil slick. And now she's like, I've got lovely skin.
Yeah.
But not after a month, Debbie. This is after about I think it was after about 10 days.
Yes.
And your daughter,
Yes.
she's seen incredible results
I would say
after
two or 3 weeks. And
it's extraordinary.
I'm just reading actually something quite interesting on the box here. So it says here it reduces 99.9% of irritating surface bacteria in less than 1 minute. Now, how effective is that without stripping, without affecting that delicate pH balance of the skin?
That is incredible. And it's the confidence, it goes back to what is Dr. Murad's brand. It's a doctor, the first doctor to do a skincare brand, the first doctor he's been a pharmacist, he's been a dermatologist, he's worked with Hollywood's finest. You know, when you see, and I'm not talking about the sort of stars that are on the cover of the gossip rags, I'm talking about the sort of stars that'll be on the cover of Tatler or Vanity Fair. You know, he deals with the A-list, and he deals with people whose job it is to look good. And again, that may make us sound a bit vacuous, but I'm going to say it again. Healthy skin is beautiful skin, and beautiful skin is healthy skin.
Absolutely,
simple as that.
absolutely. And you know, if you do have terrible problems with your skin, then I'm not saying don't go to the doctors, but we can't all afford to go to see a dermatologist. But you actually can become almost a patient, a client of Dr. Murad. It's as simple as that. This is £25. It's going to last a very, very long time. It's suitable for all ages, but I'm thinking it's probably for going to be attracted to a younger skin here with this, because we do have the wrinkle and blemish part of the range as well. 200 mils is going to last a very long time, whether you are male or female. Well, Pete, thank you very, very much for being with me during this Dr. Murad hour. We found out lots, haven't we?
Oh, it's an amazing brand. I love brands that deliver real results, and so that when you buy it, you know you're going to see really amazing things happen to your skin. I love that.
And your favourite is the Invisiblur, isn't it?
I love that, but I also love the moisturizer and the eye cream and the collagen. In fact, I love them all.
Stop being greedy. Okay. You do love them all. But you'll be doing some more investigating for me.
Absolutely.
More Sherlock investigates. And you can do your own investigations on this website. Of course, we've got an amazing range of brands, and all of the prices that we show you include postage and packaging.